life hacks. They're supposed to make your life easier, but how can you tell which ones are legit and which ones are BS just by reading them on the internet? You can't, which is why today I'm testing a whole slew of car life hacks to find out which ones are real and which ones are bogus so you don't have to. This first automotive life hack is one I've seen circulating the internet as a joke, but I'm genuinely curious, so I'm going to give it a go. You know, it's a common problem all across the world. You go to Walmart to buy yourself a couple of cute little bottles of Dr. Pepper, and then you get home and you realize that you've forgotten your bottle opener. And that's a problem. Now, according to this life hack, I should be able to open this bottle of Dr. Pepper soda. Have a look. It's a bottle of soda using nothing but my seatbelt buckle that comes in the car. So let's give this a go and see if it works. Try as I might, the mighty Subaru cannot crack open the bottle. Things aren't looking good for this life hack, but I've got a clever plan. Since the WRX wasn't up to the task, I decided to hop into a newer car to see if its new age seatbelt buckles could pop the cap on my fizzy drink. Alright, let's see if a different seatbelt yields different results here. It's just not working. I think this life hack has just been busted. It doesn't get any purchase on the cap at all. So there's not a chance in hell that you could open up a bottle like this. I'm just not convinced that it's possible. So, this life hack is a total bust, but the real life hack here is just to buy twist-off bottles so you never have to worry about needing another bottle opener ever again. I really shouldn't have to say this, but don't try this while driving, and never open or consume any alcoholic beverage while driving. On top of being really stupid and irresponsible, both driving without your seatbelt on and drinking while driving are very illegal and can earn you fines, jail time, and even cause you to lose your license and even your life. And you endanger the lives of others. Don't ever, 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 ever drink and drive. Bugs are nasty, and dead bugs plastered all over your front bumper cover is never a good look. The problem is they're a huge pain in the ass to remove without being very aggressive and risking damage to your paint. Thankfully, the internet claims to have an easy, gentle solution to the bug problem. Now, according to the hack, the quickest way to get bugs off of your car without scratching up the paint too bad is to stick a dryer sheet into a spray bottle, fill it up with water, spray this on the bug-ridden areas, wipe off the spray with another dryer sheet, and the bugs should just come right off. So I've got my spray bottle, and I'm not sure if it matters what brand you use of dryer sheet. I'm using Snuggle because that's what my mom has laying around in the laundry room. So let's get cracking. Grab your dryer sheet, stick it in the hole, then fill up the bottle with some warm water, screw on your nozzle, and shake it well to mix it all up. Now you're ready to go shoot all over the front of your car. Now I've got my spray bottle, it's all ready to go. It's been sitting in the bottle, mixing up good for a couple of minutes. Let's see if this works. Be sure to set the nozzle to spray in a mist for maximum coverage. You want to get as much of the solution on the bugs as you can. Let's see if this is true or bullshit. You know what, it actually works pretty well. That's getting the bugs off pretty good, actually. I hate to admit it, but I'm mildly impressed with how well it's gotten the bugs off. Now there's still some residue and some kind of slime, but I'm not even sure if that's actual bug or if that's just discoloration from weeks and weeks of bugs hitting this bumper. I'm actually quite pleased with this result. I'm gonna call this one a win. But to make sure that this is repeatable, wow, would you look at that? Takes a bit of elbow grease, but what a result. You might need to go over it a few times, but that comes off pretty good. No, that's not half bad. This is legitimate. I think this is actually a proper life hack. The The results really speak for themselves. Just look at how well this stuff got the bugs off of the bumper compared to the spot that has tons of nasty bugs still on it. You know, I hate to admit it, but that's a pretty impressive result for what it is. So if you ever need to get bugs off of your car and you don't want to screw the paint up, head to the laundry room, steal your mom's dryer sheets, and just go to town. This stuff works. Early model Subarus are known the world around for having some of the worst cup holders ever designed by man. If you take your morning coffee as seriously as I do, you don't have time to waste with cup holders that don't work, or worse, ones that get in the way of changing gears. Now, according to the hack, if your cup holders suck or if you don't have any at all, the next best thing is a big roll of duct tape. Is there anything this stuff can't do? Stick your big roll of duct tape in the passenger seat, stick your drink inside the hole, and bam, instant cup holder. But is it any good? You know, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that stable, but it's hard to move the actual roll of duct tape around on the seat. Like, the cup can kind of wiggle about, and yeah, I imagine that it would probably tip over in the middle of a hard corner or something, but I guess if you're in dire straits, this might just get the job done. Now, one of the big problems here is that this duct tape roll may well actually make a great cup holder. It actually is exactly the right size that you would want to stick this in. But I need some room underneath it so that the cup can properly slot into here. Maybe I need to do a bit of Southern engineering. You know what? I hate to say it. It's not pretty, and it's really, really stupid, but that's not going anywhere. I'm sure if I used enough tape or found a better way to stick this to it, this is probably the best cup holder ever seen inside of a Subaru. Like, look, it doesn't wiggle around, even barely held on by 3 pieces of duct tape. It's unyielding. Yeah, it's got a little bit of wiggle room. We'll call that tolerances and clearances. It needs a little bit of wiggle room so that it's not too good at holding the drink. Don't want to make Subaru engineers feel bad. Oh, crap. Yeah, I don't think that's going to make a very brilliant cup holder anymore. It doesn't do me a whole lot of good if the drink is tilted sideways half the time. Okay, so maybe my rigged up version of the duct tape cup holder isn't all that great. But is there an even better cup holder life hack than the roll of duct tape? After all, even if it fails as a cup holder, you've still got a roll of duct tape. To find out, I'm going to see if a shoe makes a better cup holder than a roll of duct tape. Is it possible? Yeah, that doesn't seem too stable somehow either. I'm not sure that I would trust this with anything but the emptiest of water bottles. That's just not gonna, that's gonna tip over like nothing. Look at that. That's no good. Okay, so the shoe's a bust, but what if we go even bigger? I've gone and pulled out my old trusty hiking boots to see if I can find a true champion once and for all of cup holder life hacks. You know, I think the drink might actually be pretty stable in here, but now it just seems like the boot's gonna tip over. And that's not really any good, is it? That's kind of weak. I guess you could just, hey, you know, I don't think that's gonna fall over. You know, I think I might have found the perfect cup holder. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Damn. So, as it turns out, if your car has shitty cup holders and you want something better, the best solution is an old boot. And this one's actually really cool because you can unzip it or zip it up more depending on how big or small your drink vessel is. That's actually kind of perfect. Now, if you have stinky feet, you might want to stick your shoe or boot of choice into the freezer or disinfect it somehow before you start using it as your cup holder, because that's kind of gross. Putting stickers on your car is a lot like getting a tattoo. Sometimes you wake up the next day and wonder, what the hell was I thinking? I've plastered some perfect examples on my WRX of what might happen if you let yourself get sticky under less than favorable circumstances. And since I don't want the world to know that my favorite bird is the cockerel, these stickers have got to go. Now, according to this hack, you can remove stickers easily by putting some wet newspaper on top of them, letting it sit for a little while. Now, it didn't really say anything on how the stickers would come off easily when the wet newspaper was on it,
but I'm sure it'll work, right? We read it on the internet, it's gotta be true. Let's go test it.
Break out your old newspaper and a bottle of water. Spread a section of the paper out across the offending sticker and then dump water all over the newspaper until it's completely soaked through. Adjust the paper and add water to make sure it's completely saturated. According to the hack, it has to be completely waterlogged through and through, or else it won't work.
Now, one of the tricks might be to pre-soak this before you put it on the car, because it seems to be having trouble sticking to it normally. So I'm going to give this a bit of a wet before I stick it on, just to see if that changes anything. I'm going to just soak this and saturate it and see if that does anything at all. It shouldn't want to come off now, but you know, there's really only one way to find out.
Set a timer for 10 minutes, let the sopping wet newspapers do their supposed magic, and after the 10 minutes are up, the stickers should come right off with no drama. Have a look for yourself. The stickers mostly peel off without much effort at all, and the adhesive backing lifts off easily with a little bit of rubbing. There's no nasty residue left behind, and no evidence of any LOL stickers on the glass. Unfortunately, it looks like my cock's all dried out. The wind picked up and sent the newspaper flying into the yard, so these stickers aren't getting off so easily and require lots of friction and rubbing to get the sticky stuff off of the glass. You can definitely tell where it's already started to dry out, so you really want to go in when it's really saturated, because this is a huge pain in the ass to get off, whereas the ones over on the other side were a lot easier to get off. This is almost as if I didn't put any newspaper over it at all. That pretty well confirms that one, I think. This is what happens when a life hack goes wrong, but don't despair. Get some more newspaper, get it wet again, and try again later.
Now, an important thing to keep in mind with this is that this might work better on some stickers than on others. It worked miraculously well on the ones that I tested, but your mileage may vary depending on what kind of sticker it is, what the sticker is made of, and so forth.
All in all, I'm calling this one a win. When done properly, wet newspaper can indeed make removing unsightly stickers a breeze. This life hack says that to mount your phone to the dash on the cheap, all you've got to do is thread a hair tie or rubber band through one of your air vents, then wrap it around your phone. Sounds easy enough, but depending on your vents, this might be easy or impossible. I found that to make it work on my WRX, I had to get a screwdriver and finagle the hair tie until I could get it into position. After that, the phone slots right in. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm usually pretty skeptical about any mounting solution that touches the phone's screen, as this can interfere with your own touches and render the phone completely useless, but
amazingly, this works incredibly well. What I'm more amazed by is that the rubber band doesn't create any kind of interference when I flick about and touch the screen. This works. This is actually a legit hack. I can't believe that a single hair tie can hold this thing together and do it, but wow, color me impressed. That's not half bad. Now, you can use almost anything you can think of to get your phone mounted up to your vent. Rubber bands, string, twine, whatever. Although I found that a good old-fashioned hair tie worked the best.
I'm calling this life hack a total win, but your mileage may vary. Depending on the size of your phone, you may need a larger or smaller hair tie or rubber band to mount it the way you want. It's also worth mentioning that you shouldn't run the heater with your phone docked this way to avoid damage due to overheating the phone or the battery.
Hey, if you liked this video and you want to see more automotive life hacks put to the test, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Send me some of your favorite life hacks, and who knows, I might just give them a go in a future video. See y'all around. Cheers.